Hello and welcome to Rong, Cambodia, and here from sunny tropical paradise. I'm really happy to announce that my most recent big project is complete and it's ready to be released to the world. Humanity's Crawl. I wrote the music 5 years ago, but the movie was stuck in my head. Only recently have I had the time off and the AI programs available to me that I can use to animate this as one person. I'm going to be releasing the videos as 8 songs over 7 weeks. The 7th song is just a reprise of the intro song. So I'm having the world premiere here tonight at the Lost Boys Hostel. Go here to this timestamp. I'll add in some interviews from people after they saw the movie. It's quite apropos that I'm here in some sort of tropical paradise, because the story itself is a prehistoric colonization of very ancient Australia based off Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. There's more to it than that, but that's the basis of the setting, and I build out the story from there. And so I'll just talk about it here in the sense of it feels really good to just have out of my head. I had this idea actually in Japan 6 years ago reading that book, and it's stuck with me, and it's been a really long journey to get to where it is now, but it exists, and I can't tell you how happy I am psychologically to have it out there. I know I'm not the greatest animator. I'm an intermediate animator at best, but using these programs, using a combination of stuff, and I will eventually post a blog post breaking down what I use, but mostly it was Leonardo AI, Ebsynth, and programs like Blender and DaVinci Resolve, and how I composited them together. That's a whole other story. I'm really happy to have this out in the world. Like it now exists instead of just up here.
I thought it was a really creative and interesting way of showing what's represented in the book Sapiens, and it was really exciting, engaging to watch, and amazing. 10 out of 10. Watching it.
Nice. Is there any particular detail that stuck out to you that you were surprised was in there?
There was one bit which I really loved, which was you're talking about song lines with the red background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was I think that visually really effective, really good. And and the music all complements so well.
I like that part too. Like that's I was explaining to you, that's where the polymeters and stuff, and it's like where the 5 matches up with the 3 and it becomes 5 again, but it changes keys like that part. Yeah.
Really engaging.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah. For context, Jamie here read the book, recently, I think. So it's fresh in his mind. So it wasn't even difficult for him. Like we did very little trivia here, but
I can pick up on the story really well.
He and his lovely partner he's traveling with both read it. So yeah, that's really. Thanks for doing your thing. Yeah, dude. And it was you were there with me. This was a long journey to get this going today.
Yeah, we witnessed this. It's good, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Wrong. Thank you. This is Jamie. He is one of the people who helps keep Lost Boys working nice and alive. You saw the movie yesterday. Do you have any just general thoughts?
I really liked it. I liked how the stylization of it. I thought it was very nice. The way it fit together. I thought it was quite clear what the story was trying to convey. I loved the drumming. That was quality.
Yeah, I had to do it on an electric drum set, so I will even admit, even freely here on YouTube, it's really hard to do that, so I have to cheat a little bit on the drums. It's not full. Like, I would take a full take for this song and then kind of mess around with it. The other instruments, though, are just me playing straight up, and I wish, but the drums were a challenge to get done.
Good. The whole thing fit together nice. Really proggy rock feel to it.
Do you feel like you learned stuff?
Yeah, I reckon so, actually. Definitely about kind of the crossover of man, well, beast man. I didn't realise it was so prevalent in.
So when you say beast and man, you mean like hunter gatherers to the well to be sure the hunter gatherers like the characters there. I guess next time I'll try to make that clear. They would have been the exact same sort of like human beings as us. Like if you took that person and were born. So that there's even prior to that there's all the stuff like Stanley Kubrick. Like it's the same sort of themes as in 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah. Homo floresiensis. Shout out to anyone who knows Homo floresiensis. Yeah. Nice. Anything else you want to say?
I really like the theme of the people being a space almost because they had space coming from them. They were.
Oh yeah, the stars and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like we are part of space. I guess we're all star stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's totally what again the whole Carl Sagan thing, but also it makes the animation easier, gives a little bit of some. But yeah, that's totally part of the reason, and could go on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's definitely what it's referencing. I had that idea a really, really long time ago, and then the T-shirt idea is only very recent. I'm not a complete whore.
Not yet.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
Hi, Shael.
Hi.
Do you have any thoughts on the movie you saw yesterday?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually was quite impressed. You're an amazing musical artist as well, and it kind of felt familiar in the storytelling as an Australian, sort of the stories that we grew up. The stories that we grew up being told, it sort of had that familiar feeling to it, and I sort of that felt nice, especially when you're traveling, to sort of have something from a non-Australian feel like home, which was really cool for me.
And to be sure, I didn't tell anyone that I mentioned it was about Australia actually beforehand, so you did know it was, but I didn't necessarily tell you the story. But so you knew the stuff about this.
Yeah, the imagery, the megafauna, there was a few, the Dreamtime as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Dreamtime actually. Yeah, you noticed it in the lyrics actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and the imagery as well that you picked and used seemed like there was a book that I used to read then when I was younger, and it was a collage but in a photo, so it was flat but it didn't look flat, and some of your images throughout it had that similar sort of feeling.
Oh, I know what you mean. It comes out. I can't remember the pictograph. I think is what it's called. I'm not sure. Something like that.
Yeah, there was one particular lady that we did a lot of kids books for Australia, so that was kind of cool to see
awesome.
that come through as well.
Well, thank you for your testimonial, Shayel. Now, before we go, I do have to. Can I say this the same thing about being in Melbourne? She ran a music venue down in Melbourne. What was it called?
Prince Band Room.
Prince Band Room, and I'm a huge fan of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, who played there, and so she wrote yesterday the name of the thing. She had my name in the world premiere, and then this hand right here shook Stu McKenzie's hand, and I am the happiest little guy right here because this is my 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I will say that if anyone from the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard ever saw this, even if they didn't like it, as long as I knew that they saw it, I would be the happiest little kid.
Honestly, it's pretty
but I
cool.
don't expect you to have the power to do that. I'm putting the energy out of the universe.
Perfect. We'll see what happens. I reckon they'll really enjoy it.
I really do hope, I have a list of people I would like to have on there. Anyway, and now it is time for me to leave this island and go get a visa. Ready, set. So as I was filming this ending thing, I was going to say goodbye, but then a whole bunch of Australians just showed up and interrupted right at the end of the video. No problem, it's fine. In fact, it's great to have a whole bunch of Australian people here because it seems apropos, doesn't it? So it's right on theme. I will also say 2 things have happened recently in the news, which was not. I never planned on having it coincide that I've heard about. That just happens to be in the news. First off is that this was written by Yuval Noah Harari, who is an Israeli historian. And he's currently in the middle of the ongoing Israel-Palestine war. So without being able to say anything particularly intelligent, is that even though I'm sure he's got a lot of support out there, I hope he's doing well. I wish I could say something a bit more intelligent than that. I just happen to know that while I'm releasing this author happens to be in in the middle of a humanitarian crisis, for lack of a better term. So that's one that was in the news. And then the other was that I've heard from people here, actually, I hadn't even heard of it, that recently there was a referendum called Voice to Parliament in Australia that was supposed to allow Indigenous people to have a bit more representation in the Australian government, but it was voted something like 70-30 no. So that seems silly to me. I don't really know why you wouldn't let people in. Like, I understand that there's one person was telling me that's like letting them live their lifestyle without encroaching on quote unquote the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, or it's not their culture, and not trying to impose Western values on them. But as far as I understood, they wanted to participate but were boxed out. So that seems rather illiberal to me. I don't know how else to I don't see how else to shake that down. So that just happens to be in the news today as I'm releasing this. So it feels like interesting timing, both of those things, and I would be remiss not to mention that here as a footnote. So and on that note, I really, really hope you come along for the ride. Enjoy the journey, Humanity's Crawl, and I hope to see some of you guys in the comments. Tell me what you think. Thanks. Bye.